Imagine this. You wake up to the first ray of sunlight filtering through the thin curtains of an old Brooklyn apartment in New York, and you head to the bathroom where the cool tile under your feet still holds the night's chill. You wash your face with icy water from the tap, lift your eyes to the mirror, and freeze. Staring back at you is not your own reflection. No, it's the eyes of your sister Julia, with that same self-assured gleam that always makes her the center of attention in any crowd. Her perfectly arched brows, her lips curving into a smile you've never had. You blink, the illusion doesn't fade. You touch the glass with your fingers, feeling its cold smoothness. But the reflection mimics the gesture with such precision, as if it's stealing not just your appearance, but a piece of your soul. This isn't a dream. It's a reality cracking at the seams, like an old mirror under the weight of invisible secrets. Taylor felt that piercing chill in her chest that fateful morning when her world began to fall apart. Taylor was an ordinary 28-year-old woman from New York. Slender but not overly groomed, with long chestnut hair she usually tied in a simple ponytail so it wouldn't get in the way during long shifts at the clinic. Her gray-green eyes always radiated an inner kindness and warmth that young patients noticed, but lately a deep anxiety had settled in them, like a shadow from an approaching cloud. She worked as a pediatrician in a regular neighborhood clinic on the outskirts of Brooklyn, every day dealing with infants' cries, anxious mothers' gazes, the smell of antiseptic, and white coats rustling in the hallways. The job was physically and emotionally draining. Night shifts when the phone rings at 3 a.m. with a report of a child's high fever, morning rounds in wards where tiny hands reach out for help. But this gave Taylor a sense of purpose. She dreamed of her own family, a child laughing in her arms, stable happiness that seemed so close, but always slipped away. Reality was cruel. Her ex-boyfriend Steve, a tall brunette with a charming smile and athletic build, left her for her sister, leaving only the bitter taste of betrayal and emptiness in her heart. Julia, 2 years older, was the complete opposite. A tall blonde with a model figure accentuated by form-fitting dresses, flawless skin glowing like after professional Photoshop, and wavy hair cascading in golden waves over her shoulders. She worked as a stylist in an elite beauty salon in the heart of Manhattan on Fifth Avenue, where clients were celebrities, businesswomen, and influencers paying thousands for makeup or coloring. Julia was always the center of attention. Her laughter rang like crystal, her advice on creams and masks sounded authoritative, and the scent of expensive perfumes followed her everywhere. The sisters lived together in their parents' apartment after their deaths, a cozy home with high ceilings, antique oak furniture creaking under the weight of memories, a large balcony offering a picturesque view of the Hudson glistening in the sun, and narrow Brooklyn streets where tourists' chatter echoed in the evenings, along with the smell of fresh pastries from local bakeries. Morning rituals were sacred. Shared coffee at the kitchen table, where steam from the cups mingled with the aroma of freshly baked bread. Evening talks about the day under the dim light of a lampshade. It once seemed like perfect harmony. Two souls under one roof, different as day and night, but aligned like threads in a single fabric. But lately, this harmony had begun to crack, like the old mirror in the bathroom, reflecting not just faces, but hidden secrets. The visions started subtly, like raindrops before a powerful storm. At first, minor things Taylor attributed to fatigue. In dreams, she felt Julia's lipstick on her lips with its signature cherry scent, waking with the sensation of a foreign touch on her skin, as if her sister had touched her in sleep. Then the visions grew more real. The reflection of Julia's face in the mirror, her smile, her gaze piercing through. Taylor would wake in a cold sweat in the middle of the night, her heart pounding like after a terrifying marathon, and the apartment, with its quiet, ticking clock on the wall and distant city hum beyond the window, felt alien. She tried to ignore it, blaming work stress. Night shifts at the clinic were exhausting, full of children's cries, parents' anxious calls, and endless medical chart entries. The city outside lived its bustling rhythm. Morning taxi honks on the Brooklyn Bridge, coffee scents from street cafes, streams of people rushing to work under autumn rain. But tension ruled the apartment, invisible yet palpable, like the air before a thunderstorm. When the visions became daily, Taylor couldn't take it and started seeing doctors. First, a neurologist in a white coat in an office with brain health posters shrugged, saying everything's normal. Then a psychiatrist in a quiet room with a soft couch and soothing herb aroma prescribed stress pills, advising rest. Finally, an MRI, the machine's hum in a cold clinic room where masked technicians checked images, showed clean results, no anomalies. Nothing helped. The visions returned stronger each time. One last hope remained. Madame Clara, in a small house in the forests of upstate New York, a 60-year-old woman who knew the secrets of fate. The road to Madame Clara was like a journey back to childhood, a potholed highway lined with yellowing trees, fields stretching to the horizon under autumn sun, the smell of fresh hay and distant campfire smoke. The old wooden house stood on the forest edge, with a darkened facade, a window overlooking dense trees, rustling leaves, candles burning in the room, casting dancing shadows on walls lined with framed old photos and shelves of dried herbs in jars. Madame Clara, a 60-year-old woman with neatly pinned hair streaked with gray, dressed in a white linen shirt, sat at a wooden table cluttered with candles, dried herbs, and ancient books in leather bindings. The atmosphere was mysterious, as if time had stopped. Incense scent, quiet candle crackles, the gaze of her wise eyes. "Sit down, my child. Tell me what's troubling your soul," she said in a calm voice, pouring hot mint tea into a clay cup. Taylor sat across, hands trembling with excitement, and poured out her heart. "I've seen everyone, neurologists, psychiatrists, even did an MRI. Nothing found." Madame Clara listened attentively, nodding, her fingers fiddling with beads on her neck as if warding off evil. "Visions come and will come because your sister is stealing your happiness, slowly but surely," Madame Clara finally said, her voice turning serious, as if seeing through time and space. The words fell into the room's silence like a heavy stone into still water, rippling with anxiety. "How is that possible? How is she stealing?" Taylor whispered, feeling a chill run down her spine. "Your boyfriend Steve left for her because she's better in the world's eyes, groomed like a salon flower, works with stars while you're a simple pediatrician tired from kids in coats. Did you forgive her betrayal?" Taylor nodded slowly, recalling Steve in detail, his tall height, charming smile once only for her, promises of eternal love under stars on that balcony, then the pain when he left because Julia was brighter, more interesting, more groomed. "I forgave because it wasn't intentional. She's just prettier, more successful." Taylor sighed, voice trembling. "Give me your hand, child." Madame Clara grasped Taylor's palm with her warm fingers, closed her eyes and seemed to dive into another world where fates intertwined like threads. The room filled with silence, only candle crackles and leaf rustle outside. "I see clearly. You're giving her something very personal, something that touches your face daily, something intimate." "Cream? My anti-wrinkle cream?" Taylor guessed instantly, recalling how Julia often took the jar from the bathroom shelf, saying, "Yours is better. Nice scent." "Exactly. You mustn't do that," Madame Clara boomed, voice echoing. "Taking or giving personal items, especially cosmetics, means giving away your happiness, fate, Luck. Stop sharing the cream. The visions will vanish immediately. Your life will settle like a river after a flood. And one more thing, don't rush important decisions, for haste is fate's enemy. These words rooted in Taylor's mind like seeds in fertile soil, sprouting doubts and hope. She rode the train home, staring out at flickering landscapes, yellowing trees along the tracks, gathering clouds on the horizon, her own face's reflection in the glass now seeming normal, but anxiety lingering. In the Brooklyn apartment, Julia greeted her with a bright smile, blonde hair shining under the lamp, perfume filling the kitchen where an unfinished coffee cup sat on the table. "Hey, sis! Working till 6 tomorrow at your clinic. Come with me to Steve's. My ex, we're on good terms now, friends. Party at the club for an anniversary. Tons of cool guys, successful businessmen. Will definitely set you up. You're so sweet." Julia rattled on without pause, sitting and stirring her cup. Taylor wanted to refuse outright. Parties weren't for her. Loud club music with flashing lights, alcohol and perfume smells, shiny dresses on other girls where she always felt like a gray mouse, a shadow beside her star sister shining brightest. But Julia insisted, eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. "I don't want to hear about your certification or prep. Stop by my salon first. I'll do your hair, makeup. You don't like doing it yourself, but I'll turn you into a queen, trust me." Taylor sighed heavily, gaze falling on the cream jar on the bathroom shelf. Her cream Julia took without asking every time. "Listen, why do you keep taking my cream? You have your own, expensive from the salon." "Oh, it suits me so well. Nice fresh scent. And you said it works wonders on wrinkles, clinically proven." Julia laughed it off like a trifle. Taylor didn't dare argue loudly, but intrigue brewed deep inside. What if Madame Clara was right? Could she stop this invisible happiness theft? Or would visions return stronger? Next day, Julia's salon in central Manhattan gleamed with luxury, floor-to-ceiling mirrors reflecting every detail, essential oils and expensive creams aroma, client chatter at manicure tables, soft lamp light creating opulence. Taylor sat in a stylish chair, feeling her sister's skilled hands work magic on her hair, combing, applying masks, blow-drying with hot air. Then makeup, thin foundation layer, shadows highlighting gray-green eyes, lipstick adding lip volume. For the first time in ages, Taylor felt newly confident, attractive, like a new self emerging from a cocoon. The club party pulsed with life, loud bass vibrating in chests, strobe and color light flashes, expensive cocktails and perfumes scent, elegant crowd in suits and dresses. But fate had other plans. Taylor was intercepted by Arsen, a tall massage therapist rehab specialist with muscular build, short dark hair, autumn leaf-colored eyes, and a warm, genuine smile lighting everything. He approached with a glass, voice cutting through music. Could such a charming beauty really be a pediatrician at a clinic? Taylor blushed, smiled. For a pediatrician, expertise and knowledge matter most, not looks. "You're a rare exception, blending mind and beauty," he replied, conversation flowing easily like a river. His rehab center work helping post-injury people, her clinic kids' stories, dreams, laughter over trifles. That evening, Taylor skipped the main party noise and dances. Instead, she went with Arsen on a quiet, romantic walk through nighttime New York. Bridge lights over the Hudson reflecting in dark water. Wind whispering in Central Park trees. Heart pounding with anticipation of something new. Is this the start of true happiness? Will visions return, stealing this fragile joy? Intrigue built slowly. Arsen entered Taylor's life like a warm spring breeze after a long, cold winter, melting the ice in her heart. But was this breeze real or just an illusion hiding a storm? He called every evening without fail, voice soft like velvet in the receiver, detailing his day, client massages at the rehab center, patient success stories standing after injuries, funny colleague incidents. He gave flowers regularly, red rose bouquets smelling of fresh summer filling the apartment, or tender lilies in a kitchen vase. He took her out of town on weekends, quiet forest path walks in upstate New York with rustling leaves underfoot, picnics on clearings with sandwiches and wine, starry evenings lying on a blanket discussing dreams, hers of family, his of his own rehab center. Taylor melted slowly. Gray-green eyes sparkled with happiness when he kissed her hand tenderly. Heart beat faster from his touches, warmth spreading in her chest absent since Steve. Arsen was ideal in her eyes, tall over 6 feet, athletic build with pumped muscles from regular workouts, short dark hair neatly combed, smile lighting even gloomy New York days with cheek dimples. He worked as a massage therapist rehab specialist in a prestigious center near Central Park, helping athletes, office workers with back pain, post-accident people, his hands strong yet gentle, relieving tension in minutes. His autumn leaf eyes seemed sincerely genuine, and Taylor believed every word. But deep inside, fear shadowed her everywhere, recalling Steve's betrayal. She feared introducing Arsen to Julia, whose beauty always won competitions, magnet-like drawing men. When I introduced my ex-Steve to my sister, he left for her in a week, fell for her smile and grooming, Taylor confessed one romantic evening in a cozy Times Square cafe. Neon signs flickering outside, fresh coffee and street food aroma in the air. Arsen squeezed her hand firmly, palm warm. I'm not Steve and never will be. I'm with you because you're special, kind to people, smart in your field, real without the masks your sister wears. A month into the relationship, pressure built gradually like clouds before a Hudson storm. Taylor felt Arsen hinting at closer ties, shared future, and finally yielded to his charm, invited him home for dinner. The Brooklyn apartment shone with cleanliness and coziness. Julia, sensing it, tidied perfectly, placed vanilla lavender-scented candles filling air with warmth, set the table with home-cooked salads, baked fish, wine in crystal glasses. Sister photographed them all evening on her expensive phone. You two are such cute kittens together. Smile wider, Arsen. Hug my sister. Camera clicks, flashes, and on the screen, Taylor saw true horror. Instead of her face in the photo was Julia, with the same confident smile, perfect makeup, eye sparkle. Heart stopped momentarily, cold sweat on her back, hands trembled, phone dropped to soft carpet. She flung it away like burned, trying to erase the illusion, but the photo remained. The night passed sleepless in her room, apartment with creaking oak furniture and silence, balcony over nighttime Hudson with city lights reflecting in water, seemed a real trap full of hidden secrets. Next morning, sun barely breaking through clouds, Taylor drove again to Madame Clara. The road seemed longer, thoughts swirling. Fate's sign, warning. The old wooden house smelled of fresh herbs and candle wax. Madame Clara met at the table in white linen shirt, gray-streaked bun, neat, candles burning, herbs in piles, old books open. Afraid to lose him to my sister again, so agreed to wedding first to give her no chance. Taylor poured out, sitting, tears rolling. Give me that photo where you saw your sister instead. Madame Clara took the shot with fingers. Closed eyes entered trance, face serious. Room silent, but for candle crackles. I see clearly, she's pressuring you on moving, rushing, because she wants the apartment fully for her new life. Yes, she keeps hinting it's time for me to go to him, Taylor confirmed. He's not your true fate, child. Visions started because of this. Don't rush decisions. Don't share personal items, especially with your sister. Madame Clara's words struck like thunder in clear sky, shattering illusions. Taylor called Arsen immediately from the forest. Not ready to move in now. Let's go slower. He messaged briefly, very busy at work. See you tomorrow. Don't worry. Heart clenched with growing suspicions like weeds. Home early evening. Apartment quiet, but Julia preparing to go out, doing makeup at bathroom mirror, slipping into form-fitting dress, accentuating perfect figure, hair gleaming. Where are you going all dressed up? On a date? Maybe to Arsen? Taylor blurted sharply, voice trembling with jealousy. Julia laughed ringingly, turning. If you're afraid to lose your man, hold his hand tighter. Don't yell at me groundlessly. Better focus on yourself, sis. Sleep nights, get beauty at the salon, exercise, or your Arsen might run without my help. Words stung deep like sharp needles in the heart. Taylor felt like the ugly duckling beside the swan sister again, insecure, work-weary. Offended to her core, she decided firmly, marry Arsen as soon as possible. Prove to sister once and for all she's worthy of true happiness and love. Intrigue twisted tighter, leaving in tension. Could this fragile love withstand truth's test? Arsen cared even more attentively, sensing strain. Cleaned the apartment himself, floors gleaming, bought Taylor sexy Manhattan boutique dresses, hugging and accentuating her figure. Whispered ear compliments on her beauty and uniqueness. Wedding prep active, white bride dress with delicate lace costing half-year pediatrician salary, veil, shoes, friend invites. Julia bought herself a new luxurious ceremony dress. Wow, what beauty. Caring men like your Arsen are rare now, some lazy, others loved as is. Taylor rejoiced in this small victory first time. Gray-green eyes sparkled joy, figure seemed slimmer in apartment mirror. Self-esteem rose. But one evening, sisters at tea table, Julia's phone pinged. Pay the remaining money immediately as agreed initially, or wedding definitely off. Everything ruined. Sender. Arsen. Taylor's heart plunged into abyss. World froze. Betrayal or horrible mistake. Night in torment and tears. Apartment with warm lamps and nighttime Hudson view seemed cold prison. Next day, Taylor decided to shadow secretly. Hid near sister's salon, heart pounding, saw Julia and Arsen enter together, laughing, holding hands. Intrigue reached its peak tension. Truth began unveiling slowly, like a dark flower at night under moonlight. But would it bring release, or just new pain and disappointment? Taylor shadowed her sister all day, heart pounding in rhythm with her steps on Manhattan, Central Street's cobblestones. Pedestrian chatter mixing with street kiosk coffee smells. Julia's salon glowed with neon even daytime, perfumes and oils bursting out each door open. She hid around the corner, gripping wall, saw clearly, Arsen following Julia in, hand possessively on her shoulder, laughing at some joke like old acquaintances. Inside, Taylor nodded up. Is this betrayal or worse? Home evening, sun setting behind Hudson painting sky orange. Conversation exploded like a bomb. He lost his previous job recently. I decided to help. A friend got him a masseur spot in my salon, Julia explained calmly, at kitchen table with hot teacup, blonde hair gleaming under lamp, eyes innocent. And the money? Why does he text you about money? Remainder, wedding won't happen. Taylor trembled with anger, voice rising. None of your business at all, sis. If you want to marry calmly without extra problems, don't pry into others' affairs with questions to him, or you'll lose everything. Believe me. Words slapped like a face blow, opening eyes. Not just sister deceiving masterfully, Arsen playing double game. Taylor realized deeply time to act. Arranged urgent meeting with fiancé at quiet riverside cafe. Hudson waves lapping rhythmically at shore. Evening sun gilding water. Hi, my kitty. What was so urgent? Arsen smiled his signature smile, sitting at table but eyes cold, calculating without warmth. What exact money does Julia owe you, and for what? She spilled it accidentally. He sighed heavily, averted gaze to river. She's a dumb chick. First offers you herself, then spills everything. She paid me to date you. Play ideal boyfriend. Truth struck like lightning in clear day. All love fake, hired, calculated. Why did she need this? Taylor whispered, tears rolling. Wanted to kick you out of the apartment, live there alone with new boyfriend peacefully. And your great love was for money, Taylor. Look truth in the eye at yourself in the mirror. At first I didn't mind, but then you posted our joint pics online. Likes poured, friends teased, how's my sweet pie? I hinted you work on yourself, gym, beauty, you ignored. For such mockery, pay material compensation, you know. Sorry, but free, even looking at you is hard long. Words cut like knife. Taylor stood and left without looking back, tears mixing with wind, city blurring around. A full month passed in total silence and isolation. Sisters under one roof but avoiding like strangers. Julia at salon till night, Taylor at clinic with kids. She couldn't forget Arsen's insulting words circling in head, and one evening after shift went to large fitness club on Brooklyn outskirts where Julia used to go regularly. Gym-buzzed energy, sweat and disinfectant smell, heavy dumbbell clangs, rhythmic music in visitors' headphones, wall mirrors reflecting efforts. Trainer Stan approached himself, tall man with muscular build, broad shoulders, warm brown eyes, short blonde hair, genuine smile radiating kindness. Hello, can I help? You look familiar. Are you Julia's sister? Recognized from her Facebook photos, seen a few times. Yes, but I came myself, just looking at the gym, Taylor replied coldly. Decided to lose weight or exercise for health? Can help with program? Not necessary, you look good naturally. Bad joke. I don't joke about such, but for tone and health, yes, after heavy pediatric clinic work needed, she said, and Stan smiled. Heard about your job, tough with kids. How do I know? Julia matchmakes her sister to everyone, tells only good. Bachelors and club know all details. Taylor fumed deeply that sister matchmaking behind back, but spitefully signed up for regular training. Stan helped professionally, created regimen, sleep 8 hours, drink lots water, don't worry extra, endurance workouts. Main in sport, regularity and well-being. Your appearance already attractive, weight not main. Clinic loads don't affect, he said, and Taylor felt warmth. He fell in love genuinely, gave small silver heart bracelet, took walks in Central Park with yellow leaf carpet rustling, shared life stories. But fear returned. After Arsen, Taylor drove to Madame Clara again. House smelled herbs, candles burning. Madame Clara in white shirt, bun neat, at table. I see new man by you, real. His feelings sincere, sister didn't send. Thanks, but afraid to lose, Taylor confessed. Too early to rejoice, you'll lose if keep sharing cream. Said, take nothing from sister, give nothing yours, especially for face. Julia stole cream despite ban, hiding jar. Madame Clara advised ritual. Take your cream back, never give again. Hers she gave, take out of home quick and throw away with words. From me gone to her come, to me return fully. Worried, Taylor tried calling Stan all day. Phone off, work said sudden vacation. Horror gripped, too late forever. Greeted Julia home. Where's Stan? Thought with you. Think if they run from you, they run to me? I have my own guy. Dating seriously, don't sell each other. Taylor did ritual fast as possible, grabbed Julia's cream, went to quiet street under starry sky. From me all evil gone, to her come, to me happiness return, whispered, tossing jar in trash. Next day Stan called. Car accident on way, phone stolen by thieves, just back from hospital, missed terribly. Hand and heart proposal came in a week. Modest but sincere wedding in Central Park, with flowers, friends, smiles. With Julia, Taylor never reconciled, couldn't forgive deceit and lies. Madame Clara whispered last, never take another woman's personal items, lend yours, especially face cosmetics, for thus you'll give away your love, fate, and happiness forever. Intrigue closed full circle, but Taylor's life opened new chapter full of true mysteries and hopes. The story ends, but yours is just beginning. Like subscribe, drop your mystery below. See you in the next secret.